Welcome to King's Ground. I'm the king, and I got something to say. We here with, of course, Tyrone the DeAndre Burner. What's up, brother?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. Hawks got a win, and you know what we did? Fire LP. We got him out the door. So, and we're here with Mr. Morris, Chauncey King. How you doing today, sir?
Hey, man. Got us a win. I'm pretty good, man. Hey, I woke up. I won a battle. I'm undefeated for the day.
Yeah, that is true. But as y'all know, we're dropping a new intro today. Larry will be in the building, but we're going to drop a new intro. We ain't going to call on Ace today because, you know, Ace is late. But AP wrote the song, so we got AP in the building. Apollo!
Yo. Welcome to the show. I am your host. I walk around like number 11. I know I'm the GOAT. My chains, my rings on Matt Ryan, they coated in cold. I already killed the beat before I sat up and spoke. I'm here to close out the game. You sweep the dugout at best. I'm the realest. If real hopped off the page and showed in the flesh. No team jersey, but my city still on my chest. Trade from the 3. If I shoot, then it's all net. No time for you to rewind. You just in time. I'm a king. This king drum, so you know I'm in shine. I've been dope since 4 years after 1989. My pen work be out of this work, no pop flies. Not here to kill the game, just a competition. I'm Freddie Freeman on first, whoever pitching, I'm still getting it. I let the scoreboard tell us what the difference is. This is history in the making, you are witnessing. Shout out to the kid, you are tuned into the greatest. Rise up, kings, won't watch a king in the making.
Shout out to AP, Apollo, Big Bro for the intro. I love it. What y'all think of the intro?
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, that was dope. I like that one.
I just want to say, hold on.
Oh, hold on real quick.
You was gonna say what, Mr. Morris?
No, that wasn't me.
No, okay.
Yeah,
Let's get into the chat. The Atlanta Kid, how you like the intro? Let me know how y'all like the intro in the chat. How y'all doing out there? Let's go Hawks, right, Kaden? We got that win. AP, thank you, brother. Thank you for everything, bro. About time. I know you talk about the intro, man. I know. We got it, bro. We got it. What's up, Kaden? What up, homie? Ultra Shadow Fire intro. Yes, bro. Fire. As the heat out, done winning. You right. You right on that one. Let's go give Orlando hell tomorrow. Bit facts. Atlanta Kid. Bit facts. Before we talk about tomorrow, let's talk about today. Mr. Morris, you the guest. What you seen today?
Closing out the fourth quarter. What I'm complaining about for the longest. We all know what's been going. What's 24 hours. It's been a little rough for everybody. You know, a man lost his job, been a whole lot of mess behind it. So I expected a little flat. I missed like the first first quarter and a little bit into the second quarter. I missed like the end of the first quarter. But from what I saw, man, you know, finishing up the game, man, you gotta hit the finish button, and that's on everybody. Clint was Clint. I mean, you know, to me, he's the most consistent player in basketball. That's another guy that should be on the All-Star team. You know, I don't know what's that, but they finished. That's what I like the most. They finished, and you know, they held together.
Yeah. Tyrone.
I like the whole game. We lost the lead a couple of times, but we made sure we controlled this game. It was a bend and a break situation. Like we bent a little bit, but we never broke and let them get on the run. We always kept them. If we got down, we always came right back. Like it was never like we was down and we just gave up. And I can tell. And you look at the coaching staff tonight. There was a communication thing that I hadn't seen with LP. Like every coach was in a huddle. And when he coached those first couple of games, every coach was in a huddle before he even addressed the team. That's something you gotta have. Like those guys all have a specific role, and you have to lean on those guys. And I like that Nate was showing that he can lean on them. He wasn't in the huddle sometimes. He had the other coaches in the huddle, and they was calling plays. I enjoyed looking at that because I'm like, you're the head coach, but you don't have to be the main guy because that's not your specialty. And you saw John being more active tonight, of course. He had a good game last, but John went crazy. Clint Capella is an all-star. I don't care what people, if he didn't get voted in, Clint Capella is an all-star. He is. Then the list that came out with the DPOY and Jamal Murray was number 5. That just didn't even make sense because Clint, the league does not respect what Clint is doing in Atlanta.
Hold on. Clint not in the top 5?
They said Jamal Murray's in the top 5 for defense. I'm not going to speak on it. I'm just going to leave it at that. For DPOY, Jamal Murray is number 5. That's what the ratings say.
Man, that man top 3 in rebounding and block shots, ain't he?
Yeah, Capella is number. What is he? Number 1 in rebound, number 1 or 2 in rebounds, and he's like
number 1 in rebound. Like number 3 or 4, number 3 in block shots, ain't he?
Yeah, but he's not in the top 5.
He ain't in the top 5.
I like Bogey. I like what I saw from Bogey coming back. He came out rusty, but you saw his passing. You saw him come back and be the guy that he was. That was it. Oh, and Okongwu, bright spot. Okongwu is a bright spot for this team, and he needs to play. That's all I have to say about Okongwu. He needs to play.
This game
coming on for him.
Yeah, these last couple of games with him seeing PT, he has shown like he can be a scorer. He can play defense. But this game, you saw Okongwu go for that one rebound. I think it was an offensive one when he went up with 2 guys and yanked it down.
Oh yeah. That was one of my. I was like, my favorite play of the game was when he sealed off Gabriel Vincent in the low post, and then I forgot who it was, threw the overhead pass to him. Then Kendrick Nunn came over and they tried to double team him, but he stood patient, got pushed in the back, finished through contact. I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
That is
I didn't like the game. I wasn't happy with the game.
So I'm gonna tell y'all the play that I liked on the Congo. When they tried to throw the lob and he went up
and he grabbed it. Yep.
I mean, he didn't block it. I mean, he didn't block it, but he blocked it enough to do no free throws. The dude with the little girl name. What dude name with the little girl name?
Kelly. You talking about Kelly? Kelly.
No.
Precious. He's talking about Precious.
Oh, Precious.
With the little girl name. Precious.
Yeah, so Kelly.
Precious. Precious Achua.
Yeah. I would appreciate it if we don't talk about him in that light because he's from New York.
I forgot.
My bad.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Brother, be mad as hell at his mom and dad. I'd be mad as hell, but why y'all name me Precious, man?
All his brothers are named like God's gift and stuff. They all have names like that.
God's gift. King just shot a 3-point. Boy, didn't even. Boy, let me tell y'all something. Man, sometimes folks they go too far with it, man.
I agree.
Go crazy ass. Oh, can I cuss on him? Well,
it's too late now, right? Yeah, you're fine.
I don't know if you're something like that, bro. But yeah. But I mean, sometimes folks overdo it. But listen, man, I'll get back to the game because I don't want us to get too far off track. I can slowly see the light bulb coming on, and because I really need to see it because he's the number 6 overall pick. He's one that I've been a little agitated with Travis Slink about. I'm like, how you gonna bring in a guy who already got a missed time? I have an issue with that. I have a major issue with that because, in the words of the playmaker Mike Irvin, the best ability is availability. I mean, and that not being available stuff, man, that's aggravating. Man. What y'all think, man? You got to be available. That's who the coach is. It's been a real big stink about the coaching situation. I for one felt like Lord got an unfair shake, and I give y'all my reasons if y'all want me to. But you can't be hurt up like that, man. The way the Hawks are hurt up, it's unbelievable. That's a lot of production that's out, man. Even with
I respect it, but if you're talking specifically about Okongwu, I'm okay with the decision to draft him 6th overall because when he was originally evaluated by the doctors and the report came out, they said that he wasn't expected to really miss. He was supposed to be back by the opening season, season opener. But what ended up happening was he had a setback in his rehab because the swelling wasn't going down.
Okay.
He was supposed to get PT early in the season when we first started.
Initially, they said he would be there, but before the draft even happened, when the report first came out about the foot injury, they said he was going to be available for he was expected to be available for the season opener.
Okay.
So I'm okay with it.
You know, my issue is not with him. I think the injuries happen, man. You can't get mad at a person for getting hurt. You know, I just, you know, look here, man. I'm kind of a stubborn, old school Hawks fan. You know, I'm 51 years old, man. So I done seen all the good shit and the bad shit. You know, I don't seen a lot of that. You know, I've seen coaches come and go. I've seen players come and go. And you know how sometimes you see stuff and you kind of scarred. You know how a woman be scarred off a bad relationship. See,
Yeah.
I'm scarred, bro.
No, I understand.
You know, I just hate seeing guys hurt, man. You know, I hate seeing guys. Best ability to play.
I agree with you there, but before we move on, we'll get to the chat. We got some people out there. Shout out to Carly. She's in the chat. She knows her basketball. Don't test her basketball knowledge. She'll get on you. Shout out to Nick. He's out there. The Atlantic Kid, Tail Sports Gaming. Shout out to you. Gator Dude. Shout out to you, brother. Wallace. What up, homie? What up, Wallace?
What's up, Wallace?
Players played with better effort tonight. You're right, man. We spoke on that a little bit earlier about the effort in finishing games. But I agree with you, Mr. Morris. This is one of those things that you have to be available to win this game. You can't win this game injured at all. You can't win no sport injured. You gotta have.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why I only spoke on Okongwu.
Yeah. It handcuffs the coach. Again, no matter who the coach is. And especially if you got an inexperienced coach who's still trying to grow with his guys, that really handcuffs him. And it renders him damn near powerless. So, but you know, these guys got to get healthy. I'm gonna tell you now, once everybody get healthy, you know, and we don't have any more major setbacks, I'm gonna tell you the main guy I'm looking to see. I'm looking to see Chris Dunn to help out on that.
Oh
yeah, defense. That defense is gonna help. His defense, if he comes back if he can come back from where he is, that defense is gonna go crazy. Especially when Dre comes back and Cam comes back. I'm scared for Cam though. I will say Cam's injury scares me with that Achilles because he's been out for a couple games. It's been a week now, a week or two, and they said it's sore. I don't want. Remember KD's whole Achilles situation.
I was just about to bring up KD, man. Hey, look here.
I don't want him to come back too early. I just don't want that rush.
I'll be honest with y'all. I would rather sit Cam the rest of the year.
We can't do that. We can't do that.
No. I'm just hold on. Relax.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, man. Y'all defending. Listen.
No. I'm saying that because I need to see him on the court because me and him got beef right now.
Hold on. Listen. Man, I got a lot of smart ass, man. I got a little joking in me. But no, what I'm trying to say is I would rather, I know y'all don't sit him for the rest of the season than to get him out there and he do a Durant and he gone for 12 months. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying on that aspect. But if he's healthy enough to play, I need you on the court because you done made me look silly all year. I can't do this. I need you to give me something in the second half if you healthy.
If the Hawks get fully healthy, I think they should send him to the G League and let him develop.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm fine because we threw Cam in the fire. You think about it. When the Cam came in and was starting, just got thrown in. Like it was no. Well, I mean, he
came in off an injury.
Yeah, he was coming off an injury, and then we threw him in the fire. Like you didn't get no time to go to the G League. You didn't get time to play off your injury, like to get healthy and play through. You know, like get rehealed and then play some. You went straight to NBA basketball. You didn't get to go to the G League and like develop your body, get a little bit stronger. He's gotten bigger. They said Cam grew. Cam is taller than he was. Cam's 6. I think he came in 6'6". He's like 6'8" now. So Cam got bigger. Like he's huge. Cam was a big. That's like 100. Like
I thought he came in 6'8" and he done hit the 6'9".
Did he get 6'9"? I think it was somewhere up there. I know he's super tall.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's like 6'10" when he finally stops growing.
Yeah, when
the kid is young.
I can see him getting that tall.
You know, I met that kid last year. I met him last year at the Indiana game.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that kid every bit of 6'9", man. I mean, hold on. Then he was every bit of 6'7", 6'8". So, you know, man, yeah, man, big old baby too, man. Like,
you think he's gonna get like KD? I don't think he's gonna be as small as skinny as KD, but I think he'll probably be KD's
no,
like.
he won't be as skinny as KD.
Yeah, he's built for his height. He's really built his body up because I think KD never was able to just build his. But KD's always been so skinny to me. Like I just don't understand. Like, when I watch KD play in the post, I get scared because I'm like, he can't move nobody. I can just never see KD move anybody. Now Cam is more built, so he can move people. But the thing is, for this team, this was a team aspect. We need him for defense, really and truly. Is him as that wing. We need him as that wing. Unless when Hunter comes, especially if we know Hunter, I think, has another evaluation this week or next week about his knee to make sure his knee is, if they got to do another shot in his knee or not. So, yeah, I just feel like we need Cam back just for that defense part. Now, when Dunn comes back, he'll help some. But Dunn is small to me. How tall is Dunn? Isn't he, you know, he's like 6'6"? I think he's shorter. So
Dunn is 6'4".
Dunn about 6'3", 6'4". I don't think he's 6'6", man.
So I'd rather him play the 2 guard.
He just got long ass arms.
I haven't seen. I know they said in Chicago he was playing up to the 3.
Dunn's defense is just so amazing. That's what allows him to play so many different positions. Like his point of attack defense, which is something that the Hawks truly lack. Because when you watch them play, they give tremendous effort on most nights on defense. They just can't stop people from scoring. Like when y'all talked about Capella's defense, I was trying to bite my tongue because the Hawks give up the most points in the paint. So I can't even think about putting him in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. But with guys like Hunter, that's why we're missing Hunter. Go ahead.
Oh, now I'm gonna tell you why they give up a lot. All that funneling, everybody keeps funneling their man to Capella. So guess what happens when you funnel your man to Capella? Capella got to leave his man. That's a lob dunk or a backdoor layup, or Capella can get in foul trouble and have to leave the flow. That causes, and then once he leave the flow, it's part open the Red Sea. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm not jacking. Like, I understand what you're saying, but it's not just that, because I watched Capella give his all on defense, be in perfect position, but the big man just scores right over him or scores through him. Perfect example, Julius Randle treated him like a baby.
Yeah.
In the next game.
Yeah,
and he doesn't. That doesn't happen every game. And he's a good shot blocker. Most of his shots come most of his blocks are coming from him playing that weak side defense and being the backup defender after they like at the end of the day, with a guy like him with his athleticism, of course your job, if you can't keep him in front of him, force them to Capella. That's it. Mm-hmm. Capella's job is to stop them after that. Now, I'm not putting all the blame on him. I'm just saying that's why he's not in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. But that's why, exactly what you said is why Chris Dunn is so important. Because everything Pierce been preaching all year, we need to make them fearless. We need to make them fearless. We got to get up in their bodies. That's what Chris does. Sorry. It don't matter who's in front of him. He gonna get up in your body and make sure that he makes it difficult for you.
Yeah,
he gonna take away your air.
I'm excited to see Chris Dunn. I like to see Chris Dunn at the front, Capella at the back, and them youngins on the wing, and then probably Hurt out there chasing. I'm talking about when we need a defensive stop. We all know Trey gonna be on the floor most of the time, but if we just need a defensive stop, you run them 4 out there, probably a Herter or a Solomon Hill or something like that. I just get sick and tired of everybody falling. Not moving your feet like you say, making them feelers, man. Move. I be in here talking about slide your damn feet, move your feet, and your bigs get in foul trouble. Sometimes Collins get in foul trouble because he gotta help Capella when they fall and they got to him. I don't know, like I said, man, I'm kind of old school. I believe in moving your feet. I believe in knocking hell out somebody. Straight up.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you brought up Collins, you made me think of something. I got to give Capella credit because I feel like the addition of Nate McMillan and Capella on the court, like even when Nate McMillan was an assistant, I'm not saying right now, all season with Capella there, John Collins has been playing way better defense than he did his first few years in the NBA.
No, he got
John Collins' defense is wild. This year, like everybody was talking about, oh, John Collins, you might not see him as a defensive player. This year, like you see John Collins play defense, be like, that's a defense. Like he's played better paint defense. I will give him that. He's played a lot better, and he can get to the perimeter. He's a good, like if you're gonna call him, he's a stretch four if you're gonna call him that because he on deep. I know you can say because he can shoot. I don't know if he really considered a stretch four, but the way he moves, he can be considered a stretch four. And you like to see that from him this year. This year was like you can see it on both sides that he's really and he's healthy. You can tell he's healthy this year. You can tell like his body's healed. Like I don't know if he's injured. I remember he had the whole 25-game suspension last year, but he looked healthy. Like and I think Trey's dad said it was one lob. Trey, I haven't seen him jump like that in like 2 years. So to see us when we came out that quarantine, mind you, they've been training that whole time. They came back stronger. A lot of them, like we said, they came back stronger, healthier. And JC's defense, I think Clint being able to anchor our defense in the middle and to be like tell people where to go. Because if you ever see Clint come down, he's pointing at people and telling them where to go, and he's always talking. Clint's always talking. If you hear somebody on the court talking, it's either Clint or it's one of the vets, and they're always talking and telling people where to go. And I'd like to see that we've never had a center to tell us that. We've never had a center to like be there. I mean, since I ain't been maybe Horford. I don't even think Horford wasn't really that defensive. He's power for it. So yeah. So
why really talk like that with Mutombo?
Yeah. I didn't get to see him play. So that's the crazy part about that. I'm younger, so I didn't even get to see him play like that.
If they had a player like Mutombo right now, it'd be a whole different story.
It would be. On this point, Wallace, that was just one night for Randall. In the last 9 games, man, he's averaging 25 plus.
That man chooses Randall. Yeah.
He's balling this year. You gotta give him his respect. And he had 44 on the Hawks. So it's 44.
Bro, he been getting it to everybody though, man.
Yeah, he has.
No, he has been. He has been.
Yeah.
So I disagree with you about Capella because Capella's a candidate for defensive player because he's leading the league in rebounding. But if you speaking on his rebound, I want to talk on that a little bit earlier. A lot of his rebounding is going like he had 4 offensive rebounds, and we didn't score off none of them. He kept us in that game because they could have scored off a lot of those missed wild shots. But he got the offensive rebound. So this game could have been a lot closer than it was. They was missing a lot of shots.
Yeah, they missed a lot of point blank range shots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Horrible.
Did anybody notice Cousins wasn't in the fourth quarter?
He didn't play the whole fourth?
He didn't play the whole fourth. So McMillan said the reason he didn't play the fourth, this is Sarah. He said he didn't play because mind you, they had if you looked at, they put in like four guards. It was like 4 guards and bam. So I guess they saying matchup wise that he didn't play the fourth quarter, but they said he was on the bench. Of course, he's gonna be on the bench cheering because I think he knew, like he wasn't gonna probably. I think Nate probably told him like you probably ain't gonna play the fourth. They said he wasn't injured or nothing. I think they just said it was because it was 4 guards on the court and bam, and we had Capella in, which is a smart decision because that's a good coaching. We came in and now. I understand that would have been a good matchup on offense, but we had Trey come in and go off. And this team looked so complete tonight. It just looked better it was a horrible shooting game. It was a horrible, but the way we played as a team, I was more passing. It was, I think the one play we swung it like 3 times and Collins got a wide open 3.
Yeah,
like,
I love that play.
That was one of the best. That was basketball. Yeah. That was pure basketball, and I was just like, that is something that it was really cool to see. I was like, and Nate is 3-1. Everybody's saying Nate's 1-0. He's 3-1 because he coached 4 games now. He is 3-1. So I don't want to hype him up. He is 3-1 though.
Gentlemen, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself. Can I go on and address the elephant in the room?
Go ahead, address the elephant.
All right. I've been one person that I've been pro Lloyd Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm going to say this. It was time for a change for this reason, not because of his inability or lack lack thereof of X's and O's and rotations and substitutions. But when you start hearing shit like what we heard today, like you know, I had heard about the little conversation with him and John, and you know, we already knew him and Trey had been at odds. But then when you start hearing Cam say, you know, he feeling bullied, you know, and then this little foolishness that came out later on in the day about some conference call that what was possibly said. Now you gumbo that, and I'm gonna use the word gumbo. You gumbo that with your 14 and 20. It probably was time for a change. I just kind of felt like Travis dropped the ball on this hire for this reason. If it was all about winning in the third season, then you shouldn't have brought in an inexperienced head coach, Travis. You should have got somebody with some type of experience. If it was all about winning in the third season, remember, we tanked this year. This really year 4 of the tank.
Yeah.
You had the last year of Budenholzer, who gave us his ass to kiss. That was your expense. That was your veteran coach. Gave us his ass to kiss because he didn't want to rebuild, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you really go out there and say, hey, Lloyd Pierce, come on out here and sit with us for 3 years. That's about what it was, right? But like he was babysitting, right?
Yeah.
Y'all getting quiet on me now. It was like he was babysitting.
I mean, I feel like he was always brought in to babysit. But to your point, if the plan was to win in 3 years, he should never been a coach. I'm thinking when they brought him in, it was going to be like a 5-6 year plan. You bring him in for the first 3-4 years, set the foundation, set the culture, help develop some of the young talent, and right when they start looking competitive, they was going to bring in a more experienced coach to finish the job.
See, I think we jumped our plan. In my eyes, we jumped our plan.
Oh, this offseason put the team on a different timeline that it wasn't ready for.
Yeah, I think when we started off so hot, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this is a team." And we was on national media coverage. Everybody was like, "Oh, the Hawks are gonna be great. We 5-1. We beat Brooklyn." Everybody was like, "Okay, yeah, this is gonna be the team." Then we started losing.
I was one of those people. I was one of those people, by the way.
We started losing. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna go. This is getting sad." And then we kept losing. Then everybody started getting hurt. We got was Bogey first. I think Bogey was first, and we was like,
"No, Gallinari was the
first." Galli sprayed his ankle, so we was like, "Okay, Gallinari's gonna be gone." He was gone like 2-3 weeks. Then Bogey hurt his knee, so everybody was like, "Well, we can't say injuries." Then we get to start here. Then we started hearing the John Collins situation and them arguing in the locker room. And we was like, it's something. And I was saying, from that point on, everybody was like, it's something else going on except just them being mad at each other. And then we started getting the trade talk. It just really everything just started snowballing with Lloyd. Everything just started really snowballing after when we started losing a lot of games. Things just started snowballing really fast. And it was just like we kept losing. We kept being in the news for bad stuff. It wasn't like we were in the news for being good. We had the call in Dallas. Everybody was like, "Oh, it wasn't a bad call." Everybody was worried about that. Trey came in. Yeah, like you said, he came in. He's so good, so fast. I mean, he came in scoring. What was his highest game? It was like first year was like 40, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's something special in him." Yeah. And then Collins started developing more, and we got Cam and Hunter. Now Hunter came in this year like an all-star, but everybody was like, he might have made an all-star not if he didn't get hurt. He was at the point where everybody was just talking about him. Like he was so quiet. It was such a quiet. He's never been in the media enough. Like he's not one of those guys like Kuzma. Kuzma wasn't even really good, but he was in the media. You don't see Hunter in commercials. You don't see him in commercials. You don't see him doing. He's not a talkative guy. And somebody said Cam sulks. Like he gets really down. I said Cam is quiet. They're like those two guys. Why do you think they're on the bench always talking to each other? They are literally
like the Kawhi
person. They're like cool with each other. They can just hang out with each other. They fit in, but they don't fit in with the same. Like Trey's a star. Trey's your superstar, and he's going to be. He fits in that superstar category because he's always in social media. He's everywhere. like he's a silent killer. He's like you're not gonna hear from him. Draymond Green, you're gonna hear from Draymond Green because Draymond Green has that mouthpiece. Draymond Green's gonna talk. Clay, you don't like Clay is their silent killer. He might talk a little bit, but Clay's not always out there talking. He's not at the every game talking. He's talking. So it's you always gotta have that person on your team who's gonna be that dominant person that's not gonna be in the media. Hunter was that person. Hunter was our quiet killer, and so mind you, he was getting everybody's like MIP Hunter. Which if he comes back, he might still be close up to it because I think he was averaging 17 before he got injured, and nobody was expecting him to come out the way he did. He was our 4th overall pick. I expected him, mind you, my whole Twitter account is based off of him. I expected him to be that guy because you don't spend that high of a draft pick on somebody that's not going to come in and be that developed. And so when he did it, it was okay.
Yeah, I agree with you there. My thing with that is when it comes to how we were losing games, I think that's what a final straw was because we were winning a lot of these games. Even today, this game, we came out in the second half, we were winning. So we came out of the second half, we were winning, and they kind of lost the lead, and it's like, all right, here we go. But they found a way to win it. Lloyd Pierce wasn't finding a way to win these games. And I think that was coaching. And I think that's what was the final straw of getting him fired. If this was 2 or 3 games, all right, cool. But I saw a stat the other day, 11 out of the 20 games that they've lost, they were winning in the 4th quarter. So it's like.
Yeah. Allow me to interject.
Okay.
I'm going to be the asshole on this one. I'm going to be the flip side.
So you're going to defend Pierce?
I'm going to say this. I saw what Lloyd was doing over there. I saw the mistakes he was making. But somebody laughed at me earlier when I said I done watched every game since 1988. Every game. I done seen everything that go right and go wrong. And I watched the last 4 minutes of the game. A lot of times the Hawks had the lead going into the last 4 minutes. This is when I need my superstar to take over. And too many times I've seen our superstar not deliver and come up short. I ain't justifying Pierce's shortcomings or inabilities, but see, that's why you don't bring in an inexperienced head coach. But my superstar, I've seen too many times where he didn't deliver. Call me a lie.
No, you're right, because if you
right.
sorry,
Go ahead.
yeah, King. Nah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So the Cavs game, that's exactly what happened in the Cavs game, in the last Cavs game.
0-9. He went 0-9 in the last.
Yeah, and then he missed like 2 layups and a floater in the last like minute or 30 seconds, and then they ended up losing on the last second dunk. But then you go back to the first Cavs game. They were up like 18 points midway through the 3rd quarter, and he left the bench in too long. By the time he brought in the starters, they had already lost the lead. You had guys sitting on the bench for like 8 minutes at a time with the lead dwindling, no timeouts being called. It's about his in-game adjustments. Like, I'm not absolving Trae Young, but we also got to take into consideration that he's only in his 3rd year. Yeah. That's one. But no, look, I'm not absolving him. But we can't, at the same time, we got to hold him accountable, but we can't expect him to be playing like he's been in the league for 7 years. Exactly. But the biggest issue, whether you can fault Trae Young, I give you that. But look at his in-game decisions and lack of in-game adjustments when they're losing the lead. Trae and the starters ain't on the court for most of the time that the lead gets blown.
Yeah. Sure. And the piggyback off that,
I write about the Hawks, so I watch almost as much as you do. Not as much as you do, but I've been watching almost as much as y'all do because I this is what I'm doing.
When I say, are you sure? Because I get, sometimes we all see stuff through different lenses.
Oh no, see, I use stats like this to back up all of my arguments. Like I go to the advanced stats, I go to the box scores, I go to the film. I'm going to use whatever I can. I will never say nothing out my mouth without having something to back up what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay. still, I just heard you say Trey's just a third-year guy. We can't expect Trey to play like a 7-year vet, but you expect Lloyd to coach like one.
No.
No.
But at the end of the day, go ahead, you got this.
Okay, so what we're expecting from Lloyd Pierce is, yes, we understand Trae Young is gonna miss shots because Kobe didn't come into the league hitting all the game winners. You're gonna miss more games. You're gonna be less clutch than you are more clutch, but you're gonna be clutch. Like Kobe, 3 air balls in a row in the playoffs. That made him better. You gotta get better from those moments where you don't be clutch. Lloyd Pierce's problem was, if I put you in, if we're up 18 and I put you in and we're now losing, I've been on the bench, I'm getting cold. Now, if you put me in and we up 10, I still got time. I have to come in the game and jump into the game and try to get us back and get us back to where we was. And you can't do that as a basketball player. He's not there yet. He's not on that level yet of a player. LeBron, you can do that.
Y'all remember?
And real quick, wait, hold on, real quick. I just want to say, just piggyback off of that. Trae Young actually has hit a lot of clutch shots this season, or if not, the record would be even worse.
Exactly. And like today, he showed his moment. He came down, he hit 3 threes in a row.
Yeah, that he showed he could close. This is the game where he was like, "I'm gonna close this game because I know I can." And he showed, "I'm gonna close this game because it's me, and I'm gonna show this team that it's me."
I wouldn't harp too much on that because Jimmy Butler wasn't playing, and I don't know if y'all remember. I remember last year. Do you remember last year when Trae Young called game against the Heat and Jimmy Butler shut that down?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like for me, the only positive to take away from this game was the ball movement, the effort on defense, and John Collins' aggressiveness. Even though he missed most of his shots, just seeing him being aggressive all game made me feel good about the Hawks going down the road.
I will say Okongwu looks. I'm not gonna take credit for it. Somebody said Okongwu looks looser when he plays under Nate. Like he looks like he plays more fluid. And I kind of sort of can see that sometimes because Okongwu under Nate, I can't look. I didn't look up his stats in there, but Okongwu when he plays under Nate, he moves more. Like he moves like he knows what he's doing. But when he's playing with Lloyd, it was more like he was stuck. He was never like Okongwu. I know he's learning still, but I feel like Nate kind of sort of slows stuff down for him a lot because he doesn't. When he was playing with Lloyd, it was fast paced. It was a high pick and roll every game, every play, and he had to make sure he was rolling or he had to make sure he was cutting to the basket. So it was funny when you see him now, like he's sitting in the paint and Rondo's giving the ball or somebody's giving the ball and he's gonna dunk it. Like Bogey hit him with a behind in the back and he dunked it. He knows where he can sit himself up in that offense. Like he knows where I don't have to be sitting in the paint, and I don't have to roll, and I don't have to keep. I can just free motion. It's really a free motion offense, still with a pick and roll, but it's more free. I wish everybody would move. It still wasn't a lot of movement today. I still want to see Trae get screened, and like Kings always says, the high elevator screen, high. Let him get open like Curry. I'd like to see that, but I think Bogey coming back is going to help evolve that more. And we get this All-Star break.
I still don't think we're gonna see that.
I think if the All-Star break, we might see it.
Nah, I don't. Look at Trae when he doesn't have the ball. Trae looks like he's not even. He looks so disinterested when he doesn't have the ball. It gets me on my nerves too. I'll be like, Trae.
I
blame that on the coaches. Screaming. I put that on the coaches though. I put that on the coaching staff because you gotta coach these guys to do different things. Like you need to pull Trae to the side during practice whenever you want to do it. But you need to pull him to the side and be like, yo, listen, especially the film session is the perfect time. Exactly. Pull up the play. Yo, Trae, you should be running around. You should be running around. But
just
also,
run around. That's all he has to do.
But also, they could call plays. They could also call plays. Plays where Capella's setting a pin down screen in the corner and Collins is setting a high screen. Or you got Why are they running less double screens than they were before Capella got there than after? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Hold on. Y'all talking about when are y'all talking about? Are y'all talking about when Lloyd and Trae was friends or when they was beefing? Because but to my understanding, they wasn't talking.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that too. They were saying that they weren't, and it's funny because everybody was like, Lloyd kind of sort of it made Lloyd the report that came out made Lloyd seem like a snake. It really did. for that whole
y'all buying that conference call stuff.
Let's talk about that though. Let's talk about that. When you as a coach, when you look at it as a coach, it don't matter if I don't like you or we're not talking. We got to win the game. That's the objective to win the game.
Okay, absolutely.
So as the coach, if we're not talking, I don't care. Just go out there, run the play I tell you to run. Do what I'm telling you to do on the basketball court.
And if he don't,
and if he don't, then I wouldn't say call him out, but then you pull him to the side in practice. And I told you to do this. You're not doing this. This is why
during the game. And if he don't during the game,
you bench him. Now you got to bench him.
You got to bench him at that point. And during the game, you got to bench him.
You got to bench him. All right, you have to insert your dominance as a coach because at the end of the day, Trae Young's not going to lose his job.
No, you gonna lose your job.
You lost your job, even if you want to pin it on Trae Young's bad play, you still see who lost their job at the end of the day. So
that's natural. I mean, hey, the coach's head gonna always be the first to roll because, like Travis said, you can't trade all the players. But guess what? Look here, I'm about to start looking in his direction now.
That's fine, but that's fine though.
If it stumbles, now I'm looking his direction.
Yeah, but that's fine. So when you come to the press conference, they ask you why was Trae Young not playing in the fourth quarter? Well, I told him to do 3, 4, 5 different plays, and he decided to do his own thing. So I decided to bench him.
You got it. That's the point where you have to assert your dominance. Like you're a coach, dude. Like and I understand. Like you said, you're on the you like Lloyd Pierce. The thing I love Lloyd as a person. I will say this. I love Lloyd as a person. I love what he did for Atlanta during the whole Black Lives Matter movement. He is a great humanitarian. That's what I was saying. He's a great humanitarian, but for him to be,
we all know that.
I'm saying, like, and for all the, and I felt like for him on the court, if you telling people how to run a play, he's had some good moments where his plays just haven't worked. When he had some buzzer beater plays, like when we played Dallas and JC was wide open, and he should have gave the ball to. It's certain plays where he's had great plays, and we just don't run them right. But I feel like that's still on him. You are the coach. You got to tell. Like,
you can't put that on him.
IQ, it might not be high, but you got to tell him, look for certain spot. If Gallo, you knew Gallo wasn't making that shot. You knew Trae got knocked over, and if we didn't get the foul, JC's cutting to the basket wide open. It takes some basketball IQ and it takes some coach IQ to tell you. Look and Snell's wide open in the corner. You have 2 wide open shots, and you don't take them because you're so drilled in because that's the play that's drawn up. You're gonna give the ball to this person. You can't. You gotta, as a coach, tell them like,
no. You got that is a situation where that's all on the player. You gotta hold the player accountable. He has to make his reads. If this was football and a quarterback did that, we would be having a whole nother conversation.
But like we said yesterday, me and Don said this yesterday. On plays like that, you have to be able to tell him all his reads. You can't just think he's gonna go through all his reads. You told the play was supposed to go.
Well, we don't know what happens in the huddle.
We understand. We understand, but you still.
How do we know he's not saying this?
You can't.
If he is saying this, then okay, that's on the player, but we don't know. We just watching the game. So from Kevin Herter's point of view, if he goes to the press conference and say, I just ran the play the coach is called, okay, cool. That's the play he called, but you still have to, as a coach, you still have to make sure you say, yo, these are your 3 options on this play. This goes back to the Atlanta Falcons with Dan Quinn. You have to jump on the ball. Once he kicks it, you have to jump on it. We don't know if that was said.
Why you had to do that, bro?
I'm sorry, bro. Because we don't know what was said in the huddle. We don't know what was said. So
we know heads, but at this point, we knew heads was gonna roll. Me and King been saying fire LP for at least a month now. Like we knew that we knew that head was going to roll just off of the pure fact of it was time. Like it's a culture. It needed to be like we've had 3. If you look at the city of Atlanta, we've now had 3 new head coaches in 7 months. 7.5 months, we've had 3 new head coaches. It is going to be a culture in Atlanta. If the shift doesn't happen with the Hawks with Nate, it's going to be a new coach. And I want us to have just a whole atmosphere around this Hawks organization. These last 3 years have been tough. We've had a tough 3 years of being Hawks fans. And I want to it just like spread out. I want new coach, and I don't want the whole coaching staff going because I feel like we have a good coaching staff. Maybe the training staff, we're not gonna talk about them. We're not gonna talk about Emory healthcare system and their woes. But
now y'all stressing my man out over here.
I feel like
You're stressing my man out over here.
Oh, good. Listen, man, I'm just sitting up here thinking, like, as y'all talking, I'm thinking, like, man, I've been a long-suffering Atlanta fan for 50 years, man. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what I want, man, and I'm pretty sure y'all. I want a coach that's gonna have a freaking meltdown. I need to see a table turned over.
I know. I just want nice guy. I want people to get mad. Like none of our coaches have never had angry spirits. We've never had a coach to be like, I've never seen a pop coach in Atlanta. I've never seen a coach get up and scream at the ref or be mad, scream at not screaming at players in a bad way, but get in their face and make them play better. We've never Bud never did that. Bud got mad sometimes, but he was never I'm gonna get up and be mad like Pop.
Yeah, all Bud do is walk down there to the damn bathroom and then come back with his hair looking crazy. Man, y'all say we can cuss on him, right? Man, damn.
All right. So since we talking
I don't know, I'd probably take that over my coach getting ejected though.
Yeah, understood. But since we talk,
hold on. Y'all, please let me say this.
Okay.
It comes a time. We all watch, like, man, you write for the Hawks, so I know you watch it as much as I do. I'm pretty sure we all watch the same way. It comes a time where that's necessary. Your team.
You're right.
Your team keeps getting screwed by the officials, and then all this stuff coming out about Trey. How the hell can Steve Nash be a shot caller 4 games into his first year as head coach, bro? Come on, man. So at some point, you got the nut up, bro. You got the nut up.
Right. I give you that.
To embarrass you, to embarrass them. And I guarantee, and see, the people who do it, they get results. Rodman acted like a damn fool. Didn't he get results?
Yeah.
Charles Barkley, he didn't have no rings. He acted like a damn fool. Didn't he get results?
Yeah.
Rasheed Wallace, he acted like a damn fool. Didn't he get results?
Yeah.
I need that from a coach. I need that from a coach. Popovich willing to get arrested out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Pop is an old man where he been doing it for years, but Pop now he got ejected. Remember Becky when she became the first woman head coach. When that game he was red. Like Pop has the temper where he knows that's not a good call. Like at the point where Steve Nash said that, I would have got up as a coach. I'm like, why are you talking about my player like that? At that point, you can't. Because you're downing my player, and you see the effect it had on Trey because that was his leg. That was the guy he wanted to be growing up. He was like, Steve Nash is one of my biggest influences, and then for him to tell you that's not basketball, and you see the next couple of games, he's just on the sideline, just sitting there like this, like sad. And I said, mental health can only go so far. Everybody's like, he got to be tougher mentally. Mental health only goes so far, and game health, like. You can. He's young. Trey's not that old of a guy. Trey's still in his 20s. He's young 20s, like 23. I think he's 23. He's not mentally right to hear somebody that status to tell him you're not playing basketball, and that's your lifelong person you wanted to be like. It's just mental stuff, and we're gonna get older and we're gonna get better. But it's just like as a coach, I want my coach to defend me. I want my coach to be like, oh, that's what I need to see. And then we get the call, and we don't know what the conference call was real or not. We get that call from the conference call, and it's just like, you're gonna down me in front of everybody else. And if he was on that call, that would hurt even more because I'm a coach. My coach is downing me, and everybody else is downing me. That just has to hurt. That has to be something that in your head. It's in your head at that point because nobody own coach.
Real quick though, what's this conference call that y'all keep talking about? I haven't read any of the reports.
It was a committee. You want to go, King, or you want to say?
Yeah, I was just. You talking about the one with Travis Slant, correct?
No, it was a committee one. It was a committee. I can't think what it was. It was a committee. What's his name? It was a competition committee conference call. On the same night, Steve Nash said Trey didn't play basketball.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
they had a competition committee call. And they said Lloyd said that he, it's not basketball. I hate that he does that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. Yeah, it was the same night Steve Nash said it. He said, "I hate that Trey does
I don't
that."
care when it was. Like, I disagree when people say that's not basketball. I've defended what Trey does time and time again.
Stop it.
But
I was gonna get to that. Let's get to that, Mr. Morris. Before we we're gonna get to that. What do you think? Because you've been watching basketball your whole. What is that?
That's what I when y'all was telling me on mental health on the goal so far, and I got to thinking about one thing. That's why I went up and got my Kelly card. See, we used to call these cards about 30 years ago. I guarantee they're gonna check their account tonight. I don't really know no damn about no damn mental health when they gonna check their damn bank account tonight.
That is true.
Gonna check their bank account.
That is true.
Look, y'all almost fired me off the show. I almost got fired off the show my first night. I almost slapped me talking about some damn mental health.
So let me ask you about that. You've been watching.
Oh, yeah, you real old school.
Yeah, old school guy. What do you think about the drawing fouls thing? Like Trey stopping, drawing fouls, the shooting, the pump fake, then jumping into him. What do you think about that part of the game?
What's wrong with it? Stop it.
I don't like the pump fake step forward, but I never liked it when anybody did it.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. The only thing I don't like about it, he can get hurt. That's why I'm with it. Injury. Yeah. He can get hurt. Other than that, if he can get to the free throw line, when the last time we had somebody consistently got to a free throw line not named Jacques Dominique Wilkins? So listen, hey, if that's how you can get to the free throw line, I'm gonna tell you now. If I want to see Steve Nash, I'm gonna tell you now. If I ever see Steve Nash, I swear to God, I will slap his hat. I will slap his. How the hell you gonna sit up here? Because he played kind of similar. How the hell you gonna sit up here and complain about what another point guard is doing in your third game as head coach? I will get a battery charge. I will whoop his ass. I will. From Bed-Stuy to College Park, I whoop his ass. I swear. I'm gonna need New York over here to bail me out. He gonna bail me out.
Yo, I'll chip in with King. I'm gonna chip in with King.
Yeah, and Hunter. We all just
gonna chip in. We gonna get him out.
I'll pay you back.
It's a few things that there was an interview that Travis Slank did right after Lloyd Pierce got fired, and there was 4 things that he said that stuck out to me. The first thing was a new voice. He wanted a new voice. That's important because this message probably did get stale from Lloyd Pierce. As a third-year head coach, hearing the same message, and he was inexperienced, like you said. So that message could be bad or good. You don't really know because he's not an experienced coach. And the next thing he said was he wanted a coach with experience. So that shows you right there that he knew he made a mistake, or I wouldn't say made a mistake. That's a bad word. Made a mistake.
No, I think he made it was a miscue. It was a misfire. We'll put it like that. It was just a
misfire.
It was a misfire.
And he wants somebody that's gonna hold the players accountable. We talked about that earlier. Accountable. All these things we talked about is accountability. And this team is not far out. They're only 3 games. Well, they're probably gonna be 2 games back. But he said something. Travis Slank said something that was really important to me and it stood out was 1 good week and we back in it.
Yeah,
we just keep going to the beat and we back in it. We need to sustain these weeks, but if we get in, let's just say we playing 4 games a week. If we get in 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, we can get back in it. But we can't be having these 1-3s, 2-3. Can't be having those. What y'all think about that?
I looked at the schedule last night. I actually looked at the schedule last night. I said, "Good God Almighty!"
That's the same thing I said.
Boy, after we come back from the All-Star break, dog, we got to run the gauntlet. We got like 7 games out west, bro. Like, and it ain't against no also-rans. And then before we go out west, we got to see Toronto, who's playing better, by the way.
Yeah,
we got to see Memphis. Hey. That's always an iffy game. I think we see Cleveland again. We need to go ahead on and beat Cleveland by 90, bro.
Yeah, we got to do something.
We got to blow Cleveland out the water. I need that game to be turned off. I need to turn off the TV and just know we won at that point.
Like, really, they walk around in Cleveland thinking they're better than the Hawks off 2 games, bro. Like, we need to beat them folks real bad. Like,
we need to start the show early that night.
They need to be pressing aggravated assault charges at the end of the game on that, bro.
Yeah, it should be. Speaking of that, there was a coach. Oh, speaking of that, there was a coach getting beat bad. I gotta tell y'all about this because it's basketball. There was a coach who he got suspended because he beat somebody. He beat a team 161-2. High school basketball coach Mike Anderson suspended after beating a team 161-2.
I heard about that. That happened a few years back, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let me tell you today.
Hey, if I ever lose my freedom, they tell me I'm about to lose my freedom because I won a game by 159 points. They're gonna have to add at least 3 more charges. I'm telling you, I might spit on the police officer. Yeah,
he wasn't going to jail. He just got suspended from the.
I thought you said he went to jail.
No, he got suspended.
Okay, my bad. Okay. You suspend me. You might well suspend me for life because whoever bring that message, they gonna get verbally abused and man, y'all suspended me for doing my job.
That is true. Yeah. So before we get out of here, Mr. Morris, we always ask this famous question: who is your MVP?
Tonight's game?
No, who's your MVP of the league?
MVP of the league. God. Donovan Mitchell.
Ooh. That was spicy. I ain't even hear. God.
Ooh, Larry, I saw it in you.
I knew Larry was going.
Yeah, you saw.
I saw it. Donovan Mitchell.
God,
what you think, Larry?
It's easy to go out west and mention that guy out west. It's real easy.
No, it's not.
It's real easy to go up north and mention the 2-time MVP and the reigning defensive player of the year.
No, it's not. I don't think neither one of them in the conversation. I would put Kawhi over all 3 guys you just mentioned.
Kawhi?
Look at his numbers. Look at the Clippers record.
I know, I've seen it. Kawhi,
the Clippers have a better record. The Clippers have a better record than the entire Eastern Conference.
That ain't to be argued though. What you said.
Kawhi. I would put Kawhi over Giannis, LeBron, and Mitchell this year, but he's still not my MVP. But I'm just saying that's just my take. Well, you already know, bro. I'm going with Big Joe, and no, not Joker. I know. I see you up there in the corner. No, I'm not talking about Joker. I'm talking about Joel Embiid. The Cameroonian behemoth that is unstoppable.
Embiid. I was on that Embiid train. Embiid shooting as many free throws as Trey.
He shoot more free throws.
Yeah, and that's just kind of sort of it. And we always we love Trey's game, but you're 7 foot, dog. You're at the point where I don't need you to get fouled every game. I need you being a big man and putting up shots and being a power, putting my shoulder in you and finish the game. I will say my MVP. Donovan Mitchell kind of sort of threw me off. My MVP is either. You know I'm a joker. I'm up there with Jokic. But I
take back everything I said. Jokic is MVP.
But I will say either Jokic or I got Dame up there too. Dame is in my top 3.
Yes.
Dame is in my top 3 because Dame's always been one of my favorite players for the longest. I've just had a liking to him. Probably because he was in 2K and all of that. He was like a main feature. But
I love Dame. He's just
I like Dame. I like Dame's game. Dame came off this year he's came out fiery, and I'm like, he's in the conversation almost every year, and then he might just fall out of it out of nowhere because they might start losing. That team without CJ McCollum,
who got the best record in the league?
The Jazz.
Who the best player on that team?
Donovan
Rudy Gobert.
Get out of here. Rudy
Mike
Gobert not winning
Conley.
games.
Nah, I know where he going. I know where he going with that. That's why I'm.
I do too,
What
bro.
did you say?
surprised.
What did you say,
I
Mike
wouldn't
Conley?
say-
Wait, did you just say Mike Conley?
Bojan Bogdanovic is the best player. I'm not gonna say who he's. Look, I know where he's going with it. This is just his argument leading up to Donnie is the MVP. No,
Oh
he's
my
not.
God.
Look, right
Oh
now,
my
the
God.
Nuggets are up 104-87 against the Bucks, and Jokic. It's still 8.5 minutes left in the game, and Jokic has 27 points, 11 assists, and 6 rebounds.
That's really
And
though.
Giannis has 27 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and his team is down by 17.
Yeah. Hey, when you ask that question, unless somebody says something ridiculous like who's the MVP of the league?
Right, yeah.
Kobe White. Unless somebody says something ridiculous,
Kobe
it's not a
White.
wrong answer. You know, like when you say Kawhi, it's not a wrong answer. You say LeBron, it's not a wrong answer. Embiid, Joker, Mitchell, it's really not a wrong answer.
No. When you say Mitchell, it's a wrong answer.
I don't Donovan Mitchell, I will give him his flowers this year. That boy's special. We knew he was special, but I don't see him win MVP this year. I don't just see it, not this year. Give him next year, maybe, and I'll see him win an MVP. I don't see him winning this year.
The question kind of caught me off guard. I was asked the question, who is my MVP?
Look, Mitchell averaged 24 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Those are good. Those are good. Those are good. That ain't MVP numbers.
That I'm gonna keep it funky. Those are not MVP numbers. But I look at his
Thank you for your honesty, my brother.
Not MVP numbers, but it's got to be when he getting them 25. Now, them folks win like 22 out of 23 games or something?
Yeah, that's a good team. Yeah, they got a really good team. They built that team nicely. I'm not trying to discredit him when I say this. I'm just giving credit to the organization. They really built that team nicely from top to bottom. You got your defensive anchor. Mike Conley's running the offense efficiently, and he's also kind of a defensive angle on the front line. Donovan Mitchell's playing really good. And then they got a great cast of role players, and the whole team is just shooting lights out.
Yeah. You know what I don't like? I'm going to say something that I don't like what people are doing now. When Paul George has a good game, y'all don't talk about him. When Paul George has a bad game, he's the number one trending topic on Twitter. Let this man.
It's his fault. It's his fault. He did that to himself.
It's just like let him. He's gonna have a. He's 1 of 7 in the fourth. He was 1 of 7 in the fourth quarter tonight. And it's just like when he's quiet. When he's scoring like 40 a night, everybody's just quiet. Like, oh, okay, Paul George had a good night. Well, let him have one bad game. He is going to trend on everybody's front page because I think he's kind of sort of made himself, like you said, it's his fault. He gave himself that influence when he was on social media. We was talking that crap back and forth, and it's just crazy. I just wish he
was 5 for 15 from 3. Why are you shooting 15 threes?
Okay.
I hate Paul George so much.
On Paul George, I'm gonna say this. First of all, it's ridiculous to hate on. I hate using that word. Second of all, maybe Paul George is a ladies' man. Ain't he? Didn't he bang his teammate girlfriend? I don't know. These guys' girlfriend might like him. So I don't know.
Apparently, he's an everything man because there was a transsexual on social media alleging that they have sexual relations.
Man.
New York, you ought to be ashamed of it. You be shaming yourself on that now, New York. You wrong for that, New York. Come on now.
Huh?
Now you wrong for that now. Come on.
Nah, look, I said that the transsexual alleged that they had sexual relations. I didn't say that he did. I'm telling you what somebody said on social media.
So now you telling me Paul George got skid marks on the front of his boxes. Is that what I'm hearing?
He might.
Allegedly.
He might. Allegedly, he's a doodle chaser, but I don't know.
Allegedly. We're going to put allegedly.
All right. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there.
Oh my God.
All right. So as MVP, man, let's give it up for my man Paul George, the MVP. But on the real note, Joker's the MVP.
New York started that, bro.
He did.
New York started.
Joker's the real MVP. Thank you for coming
Joker's
on.
the MVP, babe.
Thank you for coming on. Any plugs, any shout outs you want to give?
Hey man, listen, man. New beginning, new coach. We got the win. Let's go into the All-Star break healthy, get some of these guys back, and then start the second half. Let's flush all the drama, get rid of all that. Man, this is a good team, bro. I try to tell folks when we was 4-1. I said, hey man, don't get up. We talked about that earlier. Don't get up too much. I said, you got a bunch of babies over there. You still got a head coach that's learned it before Lord, got into his situation. And it's still gonna take a minute. But see, now we got Nate running the show. We might need Nate running the show. Need a veteran over there. Hey, this team mess around and get 7-10. You know what? They could possibly still get at 6. This team just get a first round series. They might give somebody hell, bro. Yeah. Like, this not me being a homer. I'm just
I agree.
Oh yeah, everybody's been saying that. Our playoff. I think us in the 7 game. I'll take us in the 7-game series versus the 3 seed. Or like if we come out strong, I will take us in the 7-game series versus the 3 seed. Yeah, I will.
Depending on the matchup, I can see the Hawks possibly making out the first round, but it all depends on the matchup because there's just certain teams they have no chance against.
Yeah, but that's true. But did y'all see what Durant said about us earlier this year?
What did
he say?
The problem. That's coming.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said we were a problem. He said that team gonna be a problem.
Smoked them by 20. Smoked them by 20.
You know, hey man, hey. I appreciate y'all bringing me on, man. Anytime you want me to come on, and if nothing else, just keep the show going a little bit, man. I got y'all, man. It's beautiful what y'all do. I be checking y'all from a distance, man. This cool, man.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Thank you for coming on and spending this time with us. We thank you for that. Tyrone, any plugs?
Not really. Like he said, new beginnings, new start. Everybody just breathe as a fan base. All just breathe. Just let all that anxiety we had, any stress we just let it all out. Yeah. We got a new like we did with the Falcons when we finally fired Dan Quinn. Everybody was just like, whew. And now we got Arthur Smith and Terry. Everybody's just like, whew, we can just relax. And everybody's like trying to let's just get back to wanting to win. Let's get back to not about fire the coach, not about let's get rid of this player, let's trade John Collins. Let's just win. Everybody's saying John Collins wants to stay now. He didn't. We can see who he was mad at, and why he might want to leave. Let's all just let it go. Let's just after All-Star break, it's a new season. Let's treat it like that. After All-Star break, we'll see what Nate does. We'll see what everybody does, what our coaching staff does, who we want to keep, who we don't want to keep. And if Nate does if Nate does good, we keep Nate. If we want to get a new coach, I don't have a choice yet. At this point, I don't have a choice at new coach. If anybody has any, everybody said Becky. They've been throwing Becky's name out there. I don't know. I don't have a new one or Kenny Atkinson, but those are the only guys I can think of at the top of my head. But let's just breathe. Let's get all of this out.
Unless the team flops under Nate, bro, I said don't change it up. Just leave it alone. Don't get Nate.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
that's the veteran coach everybody needs. Okay. Hopefully, Lord land on his feet somewhere. Hopefully, the situation work out for both parties, man. It is what it is, man. Hey, and like I said, let the team just fall into the lottery. Then naturally, you're gonna get another coach. Other than that, man, just keep Nate there, man.
Yeah, Larry,
my opinion.
As far as the Hogs go, I got a few plugs tonight that I want to put, but as far as the Hogs go, I'll say this is a step in the right direction, but don't get your hopes up. Just wait it out. Wait a few games before you start rushing to judgment because Nate coached 3 games last week, and one game they looked like they did tonight, except they were making shots. And then the very next game, it looked like Pierce was on the sideline. And then the next game after that, it looked like they did the first game. the Hawks have been inconsistent. The problem wasn't only Lloyd Pierce, but he was a part of the problem, and he was never going to be a part of the solution. Nate McMillan has a great track record, especially on defense. So just stay calm and let's see what happens. Now, you can check my work out. I write about the hoops. I write on hoopshabit.com. There's a lot of great writers on there. Me personally, I cover the Hawks, and there's another guy you can follow him on Twitter, Malik ATL. He's a really good writer. He covers the Hawks as well. I try my best to paint everything in a positive light. No fan wants to hear their team get bashed, regardless how bad they are. And I'm also about to drop my own podcast, Eat Your Wheaties podcast, coming soon.
Yes, sir.
And anybody, especially y'all three right here, that we all in this session together. But anybody that loves talking sports and you have an iPhone, download the Locker Room app. It is a great app for you to interact with other people that share your passion for sports.
Okay, I will, man.
That's it.
Okay.
Well, like I said, thank y'all for coming on the show. You know how we do on this show.
Oh, that was the final plug. My bad. Shout out to Forever I Love Atlanta Sports. If you did not hit subscribe when you first clicked on this link, make sure you do before this video is over. These guys are going to be something huge. Keep an eye out for them.
Thank you for that, Larry. Thank you. And if I'm not mistaken, Tyrone, you part of the gang, right?
Yeah, I just joined the group. I am officially a part of Forever I Love Atlanta Sports podcast. I'm a part of Georgia Sports House. Yeah, I'm a part of the group now. So
wait, y'all just let me sit here for over an hour and y'all wasn't gonna share that news with me?
Yeah, brother. At least you got the news.
You got to get to the end of the show. Yeah. So I am officially part of the group. I think I am going to drop my own podcast with these guys. Have my own either weekly show. We talked about it. Me and Don still in talks with certain stuff, but yeah, I'm officially part of the group now. So
where you gonna fill out the application at, bro? When I go down here to
you gotta go to Peachtree Arena.
Peachtree Arena. Now, what's the one in College Park? What's the arena called? The new one they just built. I can't even think of.
Y'all do drug tests.
All right, we ain't gonna speak on that, but we gonna get up out of here.
Okay, my piss dirty. I'm telling you.
Nah, those were cigarettes. What are you talking about? I saw a cigarette on your screen.
Cigarettes.
All right. So as y'all know, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, yo. Like and subscribe. We have great content here. This is Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast, and tonight Ace is here. Ace is here. He was late, but he's here. But tonight, for my big bro for writing my intro, we going out on the intro. You know how we do. Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Peace.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. I am your host. I walk around like number 11. I know I'm the GOAT. My chains, my rings on Matt Ryan, they coated in cold. I already killed the beat before I sat up and spoke. I'm here to close out the game. You sweep the dugout at best. I'm the realest. If real hopped off the page and showed in the flesh. No team jersey, but my city still on my chest. Trade from the 3. If I shoot, then it's all net. No time for you to rewind. You just in time. I'm a king. This king drum, so you know I'm in shine. I've been dope since 4 years after 1989. My pen work be out of this work, no pop flies. Not here to kill the game, just a competition. I'm Freddie Freeman on first, whoever pitching, I'm still getting it. I let the scoreboard tell us what the difference is. This is history in the making, you are witnessing. Shout out to the kid, you are tuned into the greatest. Rise up, kings, won't watch a king in the making.